We are going to the most luxurious Russian restaurant in Moscow. Pieces of silver. It's supposed to be edible, I guess. Bears, AK-47. I don't find it funny to normalize things that shouldn't be normal, like all this military stuff. Pancake with red caviar. I need to ask a Russian girl on a date. I'll do that. Here we go, guys. So just across the road, 4 girls. They do have caviar here. It's about 20,000 rubles. Before we go experience the full luxury of Russian fine dining, I want to make a quick stop and show you this restaurant. This is a famous Russian fast food chain, Teremok. And I bet you haven't even heard about such a thing as Russian fast food. We have famous Russian pancakes with caviar, some grechka. This is buckwheat. Syrniki, of course. Syrniki is a fried cottage cheese. So it's like a Russian McDonald's. No way, guys. Today I'm your guide and I will be translating a lot, and this is really funny. Look at this. The word blin translates as pancake, and this is literally a pancake with Dubai chocolate. Only in Moscow, in Russia. So this is a Dubai, I guess, pistachio chocolate. They just wrapped it inside a pancake. And Kvas, of course. This is a traditional Russian drink. I'll tell you and show you in a minute.
Здравствуйте. Можно мне, пожалуйста, блин с красной икрой?
Сметану добавь туда или
Да, пожалуйста, сметану.
Сметанку как?
Сметану, да. Да, здесь еще, пожалуйста, сырники и, пожалуйста, квас. Guys, here's the thing.
Visa and MasterCard don't work in Russia, so do have a local card or some cash. Matryoshka. So this is a traditional Russian doll, and matryoshka is a doll with small dolls inside. I'm pretty sure that you know this. Have you noticed how I paid with card? Actually, I'm literally shocked what they did here in Russia with all these payment systems. It's called pay with a smile. So if you're registered, so you just need to register like Face ID in Apple or other, you can just pay literally with your smile. So you stand in front of this payment counter and you just smile and it's paid. It's pretty cool. Of course, I ordered the pancake with caviar. Do you see this small jar with red caviar? Here we go. Sour cream goes inside. Yeah, here we go. Red caviar. About Kvas, guys, this is a pretty interesting Russian drink. It has a little bit of alcohol in it, but just like 0.1%, and it has alcohol only because it's like a fermented breadcrumbs, the foundation of this drink. What is really wild is that this particular chain, they have branches in Moscow. The second city is St. Petersburg, and you will never guess the third place where they are present. It's Manhattan in New York, in the United States. They opened 5-7 years ago. That's interesting. Let's dive in. This is actually a fizzy drink, not as fizzy as like Coke. So they take breadcrumbs and then they kind of ferment it, adding water and some sugar. We usually drink it in summer when it's very, very hot, and it's just kind of a nice way to cool down, like a coconut water in tropical countries, Kvas in Russia. I will try not to my whole look with this condensed milk, because yeah, they serve syrniki, like a pancakes made from fried cottage cheese, but they also add some sugar in it. They also add some eggs just to make a form, and on top of it they pour some fruit jam or condensed milk or honey, but my favorite one from my childhood is of course this condensed milk. The taste of my childhood. Let's dive in the caviar pancake. I will try to cut and show you what's inside. Honestly, I never tried a pancake with a caviar before. Caviar, yes, on top of a toast bread, but not inside a pancake. And yeah, this is a caviar mixed with sour cream inside. When you eat caviar alone itself, it's too salty, so it's better to have something like a pancake or a toast. And when it's together, yeah, it's much better. Hands down, this is the most Russian taste you can get in Russia, like ever. Pancake with red caviar. My mom once said, not once, she had been saying this all the time when she cooked food when I was a kid, and I told her like, oh, that's so tasty, so delicious. And I asked like, how did you do that? And she always answered with a phrase, and I still remember it. She said something like, the secret of a great dish is just not to put something that is not delicious. That's it. This is something that sticks with me from my childhood. The price I forgot to mention. In total is 1,035 rubles, and the most expensive thing, of course, it's the pancake with red caviar. It costs 660. For Syrniki it's only 200, and Kvas is just 100 rubles. Let's dive in Syrniki. Actually, this is a dessert. It's a cottage cheese inside and outside. The mission when you eat Syrniki is to get as much condensed milk as you can. There is no crispy outside, so it's the same texture from the outside and inside, and it kind of sticks with your teeth, with your tongue, just fills your mouth, and it has a very, very intense taste, mostly because of sugar, so it's sweet, and condensed milk, of course. But yeah, basically this is just a sweet fried cottage cheese, and this is probably one of the most famous Russian desserts. This one and Anna Pavlova. Maybe we will try Anna Pavlova in this super luxurious. I believe this is the most expensive traditional Russian restaurant here in Moscow. It's going to be interesting. Even the place kind of like a Russian art. This is how we Russians usually draw a sun. Interesting. The second part of experience. I had to borrow a shirt from my friend because they have a very strict dress code. This is super luxury Russian restaurant, one of the most expensive in Moscow, if not the most expensive. And let's just walk to this restaurant because this is one of the main streets here in Moscow. It's called New Arbat. Let's just smile, walk along, try to break some stereotypes that Russian people don't smile. At least I will. Maybe we'll meet some Russian girls and just enjoy the summer in Moscow. I see a girl smiling. Look at the logo. This is pretty wild how they just copied it. So Starbucks officially left Russia, but here we go, Stars Coffee. By the way, guys, this is a Russian Muslim girl, as you can see. And I just want to mention this because you asked me, some of you, that is it safe to travel to Russia as a Muslim? And I really was surprised that you guys asked me this because there are so many regions in Russia that are Muslim, and there are like 25-30 million Muslims in Russia. We have Chechnya, Dagestan, Tatarstan, Bashkortostan, all these regions of Russia, they are Muslim, and we have tons of mosques here in Russia, so it's completely safe for everyone. Muslims, Christians, like Buddhists, whatever, it's just not a thing. So yeah, sure, it's completely safe. Enjoy Russia, that's totally fine. Oh, this is samovar. Look at this. I didn't expect to see it here. When it's summer in Moscow, it's like a festival or something. It's called Лето в Москве. Directly translated, it's like summer in Moscow. They do these installations and sell either some souvenirs or like some, for example, if this is a strawberry, it means that they sell strawberry inside. You see Лето в Москве, and there's in English also summer in Moscow. And by the way, look at this. They even have Chinese letters and Arabic letters. So if they have Arabic letters, of course it's safe for Muslims. Double-decker bus. Great way to explore the city also. Just a quick reminder, we are going to the most luxurious Russian restaurant in Moscow. So guys, this is matryoshka. I told you before, matryoshka is a traditional Russian doll. Inside of each doll there are many dolls of a smaller size. So this is the thing. All this KGB stuff, also huts, military stuff, of course. So yeah, this is one of the oldest streets here in Moscow. Very popular tourist place. I'm so excited to show you my home country, because yeah, it's changed after 2 years being absent and traveling. I'm kind of proud of my country. That's pretty cool, and it's my pleasure to share everything with you. And if you guys like my videos, this is the best moment to subscribe, because there's so much more to come, and I really appreciate your support. So please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and from now on we'll go along together. No way. They just capitalize on all these stereotypes. Look at these t-shirts. Honestly, I don't like this stuff. Like bears, AK-47. I don't find it funny, to be honest, to normalize things that shouldn't be normal, like all this military stuff. We have so many things to be proud of, except like, you know, weapons, winning wars and stuff. Yeah, it's our history, but come on, it's time to move on and think more about peace and prosperity. Not only here in Russia, but all around the world. I know it sounds naive. I'm not going to talk about politics here, but hey, come on. Why would we even fight on Earth each other in 2025 for what? Anyways, I got carried away. Let's just enjoy. I have a question for you all. Do you know the name of this traditional Russian music instrument? Before I tell you, it's called balalaika. It's like a guitar, but it has this shape and only 3 strings. Balalaika. I'll try to put a sound of balalaika so that you just understand how it sounds. And this is a famous Russian song. Только небо, только ветер, только радость впереди. It's kind of metaphorical. It means like only sky, only wind, only joy and happiness ahead. And this motorcycle called Ural, it's produced in my home region. Ural, it's like an area in the middle of Russia, and it's been produced for generations. Very, very popular Russian motorcycle. It looks rough. Check the contrast, guys. This is Moscow. Things that I noticed after coming back, that it's really, really clean. You cannot find a piece of litter anywhere. You constantly ask me about Russian girls, but the thing is that Russian girls are different, because we have so many nationalities here in just one country, in Russia, so many regions. So just across the road, 4 girls, look at them. Oh, okay, 3 of them. They are just completely different. So that's why it's sometimes a bit difficult to say like, oh, when you ask me like how Russian girls look like what? They're different. And again, I just really shocked how clean and neat everything here. Literally, you can't find even a piece of litter anywhere. And one of the differences to me personally, this is my personal experience, between Russia and Southeast Asia, I'm not talking about some specific countries, just in general, is that in Southeast Asia it's just literally difficult to find a place where to throw like a can of Coke or like a plastic bottle. And this is one of the reasons, I think, why in some countries in Southeast Asia this is a problem. I mean, litter, rubbish. But here it was like this all the time. Before we have all these garbage bins, and that's one of the reasons why it's really clean. I can see some dedicated lines for bicycles and special traffic lights for bicycles. This is something I haven't seen before also in Russia. And do you see these yellow lines on the conjunction? There are cameras everywhere. And for example, these guys, they're about to get a fine, definitely. Because the traffic rules is that if there is an obstacle after a conjunction, you're not supposed to enter this conjunction, even if it's a green light. You have to wait. And these yellow lines, they help these cameras to see who is wrong and who is right. Some people think that Russia is really dangerous. Look at this, these kids. You cannot even see like parents nearby. You don't even have to look after your kids like 24/7 standing in front of them. So it's pretty safe. Table tennis. Also free, public space. Wow. No way, what is this? This is old school video games. This is Mortal Kombat 2. I played this game in my childhood. What's going on here? One more pavilion, look, and it's completely free. See, there's like even a sign. Video games, this way, rock, paper, scissors. Summer in Moscow, it's like a brand. All these guys, I mean the staff, they wear these t-shirts, Summer in Moscow. And it's kind of every summer, city government, they create all these activities for people, for citizens, to let people feel the summer, I guess. I don't know, how do I say this? Russian girls? I need to ask a Russian girl on a date. I'll do that, guys, I promise. Not in this video, so stay tuned and do subscribe. I will do that. People playing chess. And also across Moscow here, there is Wi-Fi everywhere. It's free, so you can sit and work. Ice cream. 450 rubles for a small bowl of ice cream. Kind of a lot. Definitely not the most affordable city in Russia. Another pink pavilion, but there's something interesting inside. I want to check some video games also, or something like that. No way. Even a rock climbing for children. In my childhood, we haven't had all this stuff. In my childhood, we just jumped from the roof of a garage, like behind our houses. It was probably the main entertaining activity for us. Ice cream, very interesting shop. And my super luxury restaurant supposed to be somewhere here. And my restaurant called Pushkin, after the name of the most, I guess, famous Russian poet, Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin. I'm pretty sure that you guys all know this name. This is a world-famous Russian poet. Here we go. This is a heritage building itself. Everything here is just a piece of art.
Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. У меня забронирован столик на имя Роман. Хорошо, спасибо. Здравствуйте. У меня забронирован столик на имя Роман. Спасибо.
So guys, the average price for a dish is about 2,500 rubles. So this is a pretty expensive place. Let me just choose something really Russian and I'll show you around. Of course, they do have caviar here, different types, but the average price for 30 grams is about 16,000-20,000 rubles. It's not even a modern Russian language. So yeah, these are Cyrillic alphabet, but it's an old, like a traditional Russian language, and I can't even translate it. So we spoke like this Russian like 150-200 years ago, before even Soviet Union, and it's really sophisticated language, and it's really difficult to translate. So I'm going to ask them if they have an English version of menu, just to tell you what I'm going to order. That's pretty interesting. There are even some letters that we don't use anymore in modern Russian language. Есть английская версия меню? Да. Можно, пожалуйста? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I expected them to have it because it's a very famous Russian restaurant, so they should have it. Спасибо, спасибо большое. So, let's see what I'm going to order, because yeah, guys, I'm telling you, I don't even know how to translate it. Sauerkraut with beetroot and garlic. Sauerkraut, so it's like a fermented cabbage, I guess. Another one would be Anna Pavlova dessert, of course. As I said before, I'm going to try it. And then we call it pelmeni, which is kind of dumplings, but this is a Russian version of dumplings. So I'll try with fish. And to drink, yep, I'll just ask the guy, what should I drink, like a Russian, traditional Russian drink.
В принципе, я готов. Я, в принципе, готов, да, заказать уже. Можно мне, пожалуйста, капусту квашеную, рубленую с фруктами?
Хорошо.
Пельмени с семгой и форелью?
Сметанку давать?
Да, пожалуйста. Анна Павлова.
Морс, свежевыжатые соки, бокал вина.
Безалкогольное что-нибудь порекомендуйте?
Домашний морс есть, клюквенный, черный смородина.
Супер. Черная смородина звучит потрясающе. This is absolutely awesome.
I'm going to have a hard time trying to translate our conversation, probably. But the thing is that this is not a modern Russian language. It's kind of a super formal, traditional kind of speaking. I mean, we don't talk like this in real life. Imagine, for example, Queen of Great Britain talks with some of her, I don't know, like staff in an official event. We don't talk like this, but it's really cool. I cannot even imagine all these small details, how old it is. And the walls, this is part of the building. And this is actually the elevator. Attention to details here is just insane. Look at this tray. I just visited the bathroom and it's a masterpiece. Just wait for it. When I finish everything, I'll show you. And these red berries is just a cranberry, so probably you're already familiar with this berry. I told you before, guys, I'm not a fan of Russian food. This is not about food, this is an experience. And we start from this pickled cabbage. It doesn't look delicious, to be honest. I ate it so many times. All my childhood, I guess. Exactly the same taste of my childhood. This is a Russian bread. Nothing special again. I never paid that amount of money for this food in my life. Let's try red currant compote. Basically, it's just boiled red currant. We have black currant and red currant. That's really good, actually. I like it. But again, exactly like my grandmother did, I cannot tell the difference. We need to put some sour cream on top of it. It is my favorite dish, probably. Yeah. Interesting how we do not appreciate what we have. I mean, literally, I ate this kind of food every day in my childhood. And now I pay like 6,000-10,000 rubles just to experience absolutely the same taste. That's actually mind-blowing if you think about it this way. Pavlova just came in and it's wow. Pieces of silver. It's supposed to be edible, I guess. I don't want to break Pavlova. Anna. Anna is a very popular Russian name, by the way, in case if you didn't know. I'm so sorry, Anna. I have to do it for the sake of experience. This is the weirdest dessert experience in my life. Just a white chocolate. I have to decapitate Anna, unfortunately. Yeah, I need to finish it. Now when Anna has gone, let's dive in. Actually, Anna Pavlova dessert is a baked egg whites. So it's crunchy from the outside and it's very soft and sticky inside. But now this is a pretty interesting way to serve it. So there's a crunchy baked part on top of dessert, and underneath it's just like a mousse. Let me try this baked part. This is probably one of my favorite desserts ever. I'm still thinking about Anna. I feel like a villain. I just asked the bill. The service is absolutely impeccable, of course, as it's supposed to be in places like this. Let's see how much I will end up paying. So in total, not too much, 4,440 rubles. Let's go check the bathroom, because this is just something. Yep.
Спасибо. The guy just said, с вашего позволения, when he approached me, and again, this is just a very, very formal and old way to ask a permission to do something like, may I? Something like that, but it's a very, Russian people used to speak like this like 200 years ago. That's pretty interesting. Let's leave some tips because the service is really absolutely amazing. Even the folder for the bill, look, this is a natural leather and it looks so cool. And this stamp with the name of the place. Guys, are you ready to see the most luxurious toilet you've ever seen in your life? Всего доброго. Спасибо, всего доброго. Look at these stairs. I guess they're older than my entire family. I mean, my grandmother and their parents and so on. Look at this cannon. Ladies, gentlemen, even this sign, для господ. Господин, it's a very, very old Russian word. We also don't address men like this anymore. Господа. So it's like gentlemen. Wait a second, I need to make sure that there is no one in the bathroom. Yeah, that's safe. Let's go. And even the bowl. What an experience. Guys, thank you for joining me for this amazing experience and I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. I really want to share everything with you. We'll see each other soon and until we meet again, remember, the world is yours to discover. Take care and bye for now.